السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم الرسول النبي الأمي الهاشمي القرشي المكي المدني سيدنا شفينا وطبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. والسلام على أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين وسيدة النساء العالمين والحسن الحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة وأولاد الحسين وأصحاب الحسين وأوله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد ولعنة الله أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى وتبارك في كلام المجيد والفرقان الحميد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. Ladies and gentlemen, due to some unavoidable circumstances, we couldn't come on time at 8 o'clock, and inshallah we will resume all these timing commitment from tomorrow to onward till the 10 days. This is the continuous series of the lectures. We have concluded yesterday about the understanding of the foundations of Karbala, that from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam till Hazrat Imam Hussain alayhi salam, Karbala did not happen in one day. There was series of issues, series of reasons which encapsulated everything, and at the end it continued from the martyrdom of Imam Ali alayhi salam, from the martyrdom of Sayyida Fatima salamullah, the martyrdom of Hazrat Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and then Karbala. How it is a grave and how it is a painful for us, for all my Shia Sunni Muslim brothers. You just open any telephone at the moment now, and messages are running like a business traffic is going on, and very popular sentence is going on. What? Shias are kafir. Shias are kafir. Shias are kafir. Even those people, my ladies, my dear brothers, gentlemen, my dear sisters, my dear daughters, those who exchange this message, those who show their hatedness, those who kept on slandering, those who kept on showing their unreasonable attitude, by themselves they don't know it, what they are doing it. My all Shia Sunni Muslim brothers, particularly the youngsters who are watching at the moment now, they say on the telephones, social media, bombard with cursing Shias nowadays. Shias are this, Shias are this, Shias are this, Shias are this. My simple, reasonable request to you, all the youngsters across the globe who are listening, have you ever read the meaning of Shia? Don't you think that all the Muslims, all the human beings, one day they are going to meet the Almighty Allah on the day of the judgment? Everybody is responsible for his action. You are not going to the grave of anybody. Even parents would not be able to help you. Everybody has to go in his or her grave. Everybody is answerable for his and her own action. My Shia Sunni Muslim brothers, we all need to understand why these things are happening. Why this gulf is not getting under control. The word Shia means followers. For the many centuries, scholars are explaining this thing. But again and again, Shias are kafir, Shias are kafir. In the chapter of the Quran, Swafat, Almighty Allah has declared, O Ibrahim, you are the Shia of Nuh alayhi salam. Be honest. Go and check it. Before saying this thing through the technology, the Shias are kafir, the Shias are kafir. No. Just listening the propaganda from the pulpit, either in the centers or in the mosques and wherever they are, and I'm sure educated my Shia Sunni brothers, those who got a common sense, those who got reasoning, those who understand human values, and those who believe in the true spirit of Islamic justice, they do not lament anybody. They do not curse anybody. How will those people comprehend this issue when Quran declares Abraham, the great-great-grandfather of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is a Shia of Nuh? People are saying the Shias are kafir. Shias are kafir, Shias are kafir. Do you know what is the definition of the ignorance? Jahalat. Ignorance is not that you or me, we don't know anything. Ignorance means when people don't know anything and they try to be the expert of that issue and convey their messages in order to infiltrate what? Unreasonable reasoning, misunderstanding, conflicts, disagreements, and what they tend to be the enemies of their own selves. We got a call now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Hello,
Yes, man.
can you hear me? जो इस्लाम दोनों किस्से जो दोनों ही जगह the word sexism, it's all universal. We all know the one judge. It's all dirt. But we were drinking wine in the church, that's blood, and blood is dead. We don't see any dead bodies. What face we have seen, and what flies we have come, and which walks around, never have to eat. We eat with wool, fresh food, fresh thought, fresh mind, fresh food, everything is fresh, that we are all live. When Muhammad says, ever dream, in the Karbala, the roof is dream. So dreaming of a blessed person, when he really says, you're dreaming. So he has to go over the world to find unity. Now Karbala all goes, जो रावण की रानी का है, जो इधर इंडिया में रावण था, रावण इंडिया नहीं था, रावण मिडल से आया था, जो था, that's reality. तो ये वहाँ पर कहता है, मैंने के father ने अपने वही कहता था, when you were listed, you love to live, and young you manifest with you. समझो आपको भाषा? जैसे अभी जो हम बना ट्रेन ओनर्स, उसको दावत पर ब्याह कर उसको बच्चों ने मार दिया, फतवा कर दिया. इसलिए जीवन के साथ धोखा में क्रॉस कर डाल दिया, पांच मिनट को और प्लेट पर डाल दिया, 10 मिनट से मुक्ति नहीं है, डक्स का नहीं करके. तो आप बताएं कहाँ पर ये फेस है? जरूर मुझे ना मेरे मार्टी पीपल, but all mighty face the universe.
Okay, thank you. And also thank you very much the contribution. Right, thank you very much. Right, we will handle this question. Right, this is your own understanding and construction. Thank you very much. Right, okay, we will continue this thing. Right, so particularly the word here means why this hatiness. The youngsters are doing these things and they're sending the messages, they're dropping email, and they are exchanging the views, and you know the gulf is increasing. The gulf is increasing in the colleges, the students, in the universities, the students, in the library, the students, you know, they've been brought up in a situation and in a way that where right from the beginning they have learned the lesson, what? That Shias are kafir, that you cannot sit with the Shias. But I tell you honestly, the youngsters, my Shia Sunni Muslim brothers, daughters, the word Shia, is it there in the Quran? And prophets, Ulul Azm prophets are declared as the Shias of each other. Shia means a follower, simple. And by sending the text messages and by sharing this one, this is something which you guys, you are in England, you are in Europe, right? Forget about the other countries, right? Here, ask reasonable questions to your sheikh, in a mosque where you go and read namaz and prayer. Either you Shia, you are Sunni. You need to ask your Imam or Mullah. That we heard that Hazrat Ibrahim was a Shia of Nuh, was a follower of Hazrat Nuh. Is it correct or not? This message, where the people are sending these messages, you know what is happening? The mind of the young people getting diluted, and they're becoming more and more fanatic. The tolerance is going away. The patience has been ripped away. People have lost tolerance. That is why the non-Muslim people, they say, oh, you the Muslims, if you are not tolerant to each other, that is why the message is going wrong. The philosophy of Islam, instead of giving a peace, instead of giving a reasonable understanding to the others, people are running away. So we all, as a Sunni Shia Muslim brother, youngsters, school and college, right, we have a unanimous responsibility on our shoulder to present that Islam through our own tongue, through our own words, through our own actions, through our own writing, through our behavior, through our sitting, through our standing, without disturbing the social fabric of the British society. Why? There's a significant rule of law is there. You need to show how flexible Islam is not only for Saudi, Islam is for the whole world. And Islam brings the peace in every society. But who will present this idea? If you are giving the seeds to the youngsters, your children, to your daughter, your youngsters, your teenagers, lesson of hateness from each other. There's no humanity. It's quite unfortunate. Shame for us that this lesson, having a beard, putting a turban, showing that I am from this sect, I'm from this sect, I'm from this sect, I'm this sect. But who is representing Islam? That is why I always emphasize on you, my sisters, my daughters, ladies and gentlemen, and my brothers. Find those leaders who can present Islam, not your sect. And honestly, you cannot find other than Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Ali the Great, Hasnan Sharifain, Sayyida Zahra Salamullah. These are the infallibles. And by declaring a particular sect under attack through the social media, is it the service of Islam? On which grounds? Unreasonable, unjust. So that is why the clarity is there now, ladies and gentlemen. The word Shia. Hazrat Ibrahim is one of the best Shias of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. So I request to all youngsters, by knowingly or unknowingly, who exchange the messages of Shia as a kafir, please try to understand this one. Are you not getting involved into committing a sin or crime? Forget about crime, but what about sin? In the court of Allah. Because Prophet ﷺ said, O human being, khairun nas man yanfa'un nas. The better human being amongst you is that person who is better for the other human beings. We need to understand, have we become proper human being or not? That is why we always say, if you observe Ali the Great, Hasnan Sharifan and all 14 infallibles, like 14 infallibles, for ladies Sayyida Fatima, for gentlemen from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Imam Mahdi, you can find absolutely charismatic, exemplary, full fragrance of the character which Almighty Allah demands according to the natural law, according to the Quranic law, which can be presented at any forum, at any part of the world, in any university, at any college, to be a role model for the others. This is what we need to understand. Ahlul Bayt are the role model. When I say why Ahlul Bayt, there are 1,000 reasons, undeniable reasons are there. When you pick up somebody as a leader, you look at the level of knowledge, the personal character. Personal character. You those who always claim the Shias are kafir, honestly, you haven't read it. You don't know it. We want you not to misunderstand yourself, not to dilute your mind, not to dilute your thought, and face the reality. Try to understand, because Karbala has opened everything. Don't you think that these Shiite and Sunni Muslims who commemorate the tragedy of Karbala, who has killed Sayyidah Fatima, who has killed Amirul Mu'mineen Ali the Great, who has killed Hassan al-Mujtaba, who has killed Hazrat Imam Hussain and his family? So much so, is this the level of hatedness? It continued for many, many years. Imam Hussein's son was killed. Ali Zainul Abidin, he was poisoned. Ali Zainul Abidin's son, Imam Bakr, he was also poisoned. Imam Bakr's son, Imam Jafar Sadiq, he was also poisoned. By whom? Not by Christian, not by Jews, by the Muslims. And Hazrat Imam Jafar Sadiq is a pioneer for reviving Islam. And my all Sunni brothers, great Shaykh, and my all Sunni brothers, great Imams, to somehow, with the difference of the chain, they all are the directly or indirectly are the students of Imam Jafar Sadiq. After the martyrdom of Imam Jafar Sadiq, his son Imam Musa al-Kazim was martyred. So much so, going on to the chain, Imam Musa al-Kazim's son Imam Ali Raza, he was poisoned. Imam Ali Raza's son Muhammad Taqi, he was poisoned. His son Imam Ali Naqvi, he was poisoned. Imam Hasan Askari, he was poisoned. Is there any end of killing the family of Ahlul Bayt, the family of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or not? What had they done to the Muslim world? You, the youngsters, my Shia Sunni Muslim brothers, sit down and sometime ask yourself why these things are happening. For the 14 years, people are trying to stop tragedy of the Karbala. The people should not speak tragedy of Karbala. You know why? You know why? Put a Quran on the heads of those shuyukh who are in the mosque and they lead the Friday prayer. Be honest, youngsters, particularly the university fellows. Those my daughters who have degrees, either accountancy, business, psychology, social care, health care, whatever the degree you got in, you got common sense. Once you meet that sheikh, put a Quran on head, by putting a Quran on head, and ask them, what is the fault of Ahlul Bayt? Why one by one they're being killed? One by one they're being murdered? What is the reason? And you will find the truth. You will find the reality. And read it. Read Reading is so important. Don't switch the television that the Shia channel is there. No, that's not the way. By law, by religion, by Islamic jurisprudence, according to the teaching of Hadith, according to the Quranic verses, every individual, male or female, who are mentally perfect, psychologically fit, they are bound to find what is truth in religion. Get prudence, get understanding about your religion. Tafaqahu fi ddin. That is not the deen which is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, not. We need to check that the list of the prelude that from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is happening now? That how come Hazrat Ali alayhi salam is being killed, his whole family, his loyal companions? Don't we need to ask ourselves, our job finished? That we love Ahlul Bayt as well? Love is something else. Understanding Ahlul Bayt and following Ahlul Bayt, that is what is required by all standards of Quranic and in the light of Ahadith teaching. Ladies and gentlemen, when people are moving towards darkness, educated people, they try to find other ways. We don't want to go to darkness. We wanted to be enlightened. Why should I go into the darkness? Does my religion allow me to ask the question? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very important stage of technological development. The time is gone now. When people were calling, and from dawn to dusk there was a propaganda that the Shia Muslims are having a Quran with 40 paras. Oh, Shia, don't touch the Quran of Shias. There are 40 paras. 40 paras. As the media came, for the last 1300 years, we're explaining this thing. Quran is only one. By saying this thing, by uttering these words, by claiming this one, that Shias got 40 paras in Quran, it is actually against the concept of Almighty Allah's commandment. Allah Himself declared, I am the protector of this zikr. So people who say, or people who claim that the Quran in Shia's hands are 40 para, actually they're denying this verse. And you, my Shia Sunni Muslim brothers and daughters and sisters, open your heart, open your mind, have dialogue, sit down together. This is the time to present the true value of Islam, where the non-Muslims can say. Do we have the answer of those questions? That Islam teaches what? Terrorism. Do we have the answer of those questions? That in Muslim society, they do not give their legal inheritance to their daughters. The doctors are getting discriminated. Where will you find these answers? Only for the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. Only Ahlul Bayt are the torchbearer who can be presented in every sphere of life, at intellectual level, at administrative level, social level, political level, even in economics. You can find they are the stalwart, they are the matchless personalities. You cannot find better than these personalities. And may Almighty Allah give us a courage to find the reality and be a good human being of Almighty Allah. That Islam which comes under the teachings of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We'll continue the discussion. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, and take care of your neighbors, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى